Home wasn't the happy place this weekend. Welcome back to Where the Saints Talk with myself, Luke, and today we've got Nick, Alex, and Joe. So, tough one at home, Joe.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to be fair, Stoke look really organised and they have a manager in Mark Robbins that knows the championship inside out. Um, I still think the fact that we set up in a back five is a bit nervy because I feel like we're better in a four, but I know that Will's come out and said that basically we can't play a four at the back because we just haven't got the players to do it. I would have liked to seen a bit more urgency at home, but it's just one of those games, isn't it? You kind of got to take it on the head and kind of move on to the next one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Nick, Stoke have been flying. You know, they've had a great start, three wins on the bounce. Was you expecting a tough game?
Definitely. I mean, when you start the season as well as Stoke have, anything can happen, especially in the championship. They fully deserve the win, going down to 10 men and defending like they did. Saints will feel a bit aggrieved, a couple big misses. I'm sure we'll touch on that later. But Stoke were great, especially in attack. They were direct, they were dynamic, and they did enough.
Yeah, 100%. Alex, so going into the game, the goals. Do you think the goals were preventable? Both the goals Stoke scored.
Well, the first one definitely. I mean, Flynn Downs, he's good at breaking the lines when he's dribbling through at times. But yeah, he had three players on him there. So yeah, he probably should have turned and played a simpler pass. But I guess that happens, and if he pulls it off, then everyone's saying what a good move. So the second one, we're pushing for that equaliser. So it's kind of hard when the assist's so good. It's a throw up to the other end of the pitch, and I mean, Johansson was brilliant in that goal for them. If there was a different keeper, we could have won that. So that one maybe not as preventable, but yeah, overall, yeah, we could have done much more.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, Stoke went down to 10 men, Joe, and you just found it hard to break them down. Was it difficult trying to get through them?
It was, I mean, to be fair, I think I must have missed the second yellow card because I came back and everyone was, oh, they're down to 10 men. I was like, oh, really? I completely missed it. But yeah, I think the problem with playing against 10 men, like it seems on paper like that you should just steamroll them. But if they do what Stoke did and just sit in a low block and defend for their lives and just get 10 men behind the ball, it's so difficult to break it down unless you have a creative player or all your players are on the same page, which unfortunately yesterday they really weren't. So again, as I said earlier, it's just one of those things. You kind of just got to move on and take it on the head.
What did Stoke do, Nick? Did they drop in after they get to 10 men? Did they defend and you were just trying to get through them?
Yeah, I mean they dropped in well. In Saints' defense, they did get through them a couple times. Saints seemed to put a concerted effort into get it out wide, swing the ball in the box, and that resulted in several chances. If you look at the XG, I think Saints got up to maybe. I mean, XG isn't a perfect statistic, but they should have had more than they did. What I want to give Stoke real credit for is especially with Sorba Thomas, they didn't stop going forward. They kept trying to with a couple guys, and they eventually got the goal, which won them the game.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, being at home, it's difficult, isn't it? You really don't want to drop too many points. I mean, drawing games at home, that's going to happen, but you don't want to really lose all 3 points to you, Alex, at home. It's championship. It's a tough seat. It's a tough league.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it always looked like a bit of a banana skin. Because Stoke are just one of those teams, especially with their manager. They're going to be difficult to beat. Yeah, losing at home is always annoying, especially early on in the season. But I'd maybe say it's not the end of the world. When Russell Martin came in when we were in the Championship, I think we lost 5-0 away to Sunderland. And I think losing 2-1 to Stoke when you've showed a bit of promise going forward is a bit of a better result than that. Yeah, we should have won. But Stoke, I think their game plan, they stuck to it. And yeah, we weren't good enough.
What do you think, Joe? Dropping points at home worrying, or a bit like Alex said, it's early on, just crack on?
Yeah, I think this early on in the season, like we can't read too much into it. I mean, yes, it's annoying. Yes, it was at home, but at the end of the day, these things are going to happen. We're going to win games. We're going to lose games. We're going to win by lots. We're going to lose by lots. Like it's just one of those things of football, really. So you can't read too much into it. And I still think that we'll turn up next week and get a decent result.
Yeah, 100%. I think the post-match interview from Will Stillnick was very, very honest, and it's quite refreshing. I personally really like him. I think he's going to be a really good, smart move from you guys.
Yeah, I think I touched on it last week as well. It is really nice to hear him just go out and say what seems to be on every fan's mind. And he touched on it as well. You know, we need some more players to come in. I think until the window shuts, we're going to hopefully see some action from Saints, and fully agree with Joe. It's one of those games. The team's going to look a lot different in a couple of weeks. Let's keep cracking on.
Yeah, definitely. So it's touching on what you just said there. Looking at what we've got about a week left of the transfer window. So Alex, if you had the power, who would you be looking to bring in?
Well, I think it's the players that Will Still's talked about, is the creative players that we've been missing. Jay Robinson can't do it alone. He's 18 years old, and we can't do what we did last season and rely on a teenager to get all the creative output. So, yeah, winger. I think he wants a pacey, direct winger, is what he said, and then also a goal-scoring winger. So both of those would be great. And then it sounds like it's Finn Azaz we're in for, Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Playmaker. So I think he'd be a good addition. One of those that's maybe not going to do it in the Premier League if you get there, but he's going to be a good addition for the Championship. So yeah, those three positions, and then a third choice keeper as well is where we need.
Okay. Yeah, touching on this Championship experience, isn't it? And I think that's very, very important. What about you, Joe? I think we touched on last week. Raksaki is someone that you would be interested in buying.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not to buy. I mean, if we'd have kept Diblin, I would have probably loaned him in. But the fact that Diblin's gone, then maybe we can now go and splash 10, 12 million on him. Yeah, he's a decent winger. I've seen him play a couple of times, and he's very direct. He gets his head down and he just goes the shortest way possible to goal, and 9 times out of 10 gets the end product. So he's someone that I would really like to see come in. As Alex mentioned, I saw at the beginning of the week that we were linked with Finn Azaz. Again, very, very proven Championship quality player. But again, as Alex said, I don't think that he could quite make that step up to the Premier League. But I think for this level, he's absolutely fine. And I would maybe like to see a bit of midfield cover or central midfield cover if Aribo goes, because the fact that we're reliant on Downs and Charles, if one of them's injured, then we're screwed. We need a bit of a backup in the engine room to kind of help ourselves, really.
Yeah, no, fair points. Right, Nick, I promise we won't keep bringing him up, but Tyler Diblin, it finally looks like a deal is over the line. 42 million is what it said to Everton. Are you happy that it's finally looking like it's over?
Definitely. It was one of those things that just needed to be resolved one way or another. And to be honest, it's a good deal for Saints. 42 million is a great fee for him, and also the 20% sell-on clause that's being reported. I mean, if he hits the heights that we think he's going to hit, his next sale is going to be a great windfall for Saints. So, good deal for Saints. Good move for him. He's going to get to. Looks like he might be backing up Jack Grealish, maybe play on the other side. Everton looked pretty good today. So I think it's a win-win for both parties. Hopefully we can both move on.
Yeah, definitely. And another player, Alex, is Fernandes. Are you going to keep him? There was rumours about West Ham. I think that's gone a little bit quiet. What's the latest with that?
Yeah, well, West Ham have got to pay the asking price if they want him, which they're not even halfway there. Yeah, I don't think there's any excuse not to keep him now, because the Dibbling money's coming in, and we've already made 90 million this summer in sales when the Dibbling one goes through. So yeah, we've got to keep him, really, because he's so good. And if you're serious about going up to the Premier League and staying there, then you want him kind of as a leader or kind of the talisman to that.
Yeah, it's 100% right. I think it's difficult, isn't it, when you come down from the Premier League? It's like, yes, you're always going to have players that are going to go because you can't keep hold of everyone, but you don't want it to be this big wholesale thing that happens. You need to try and keep a certain amount of players that have been there, that's previous season, know the club, know the team inside out. It's important, Joe, isn't it, to try and keep the core together?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going back to a bit like Ipswich a few years ago, like they got promoted from League One and they kept the continuity with the squad, and that's what kind of pushed them over to the line in the Premier League. Albeit also they played some very very decent football. But yeah, I think as you said, we're always going to lose players. Players are always going to go because they're not going to be wanting to play in the Championship. Some of them, but the ones that do want to be here are the ones that we need to keep a hold of, and they've got that experience to get us up and back into the Premier League, I reckon.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So going forward, you've had 3 games. It's very early on, but is there anything that you're looking at that you go, right, this, if we're gonna get promoted, if we're gonna push on this season, we need to get this out of our game. We need to improve here. Is there anything in particular that you look at and go, we need to work on?
Yeah, I'm going to sound like a broken record, and Alex mentioned, Will Still wants a wide goal scoring forward. There might already be one on the team. Adam Armstrong. That's where he played most of last season. He was really good. He scored over 20 goals. I'm still not entirely sure what he's offering as a lone striker up in the middle. He looked, at least to me, I'm a football manager tactician, not a real one, but he looks very disconnected from the rest of the side, and there's no one really providing him any support playing those balls in behind that he likes to chase down. I would love to see one of Ross Stewart or Damian Downs take hold of that number 9 slot and allow Adam Armstrong to play out wide. I think Saints will look a lot more aggressive and dynamic when they do that.
That attacking balance is important, isn't it, Alex? You need to get that sorted early on.
Yeah, definitely. I think at the moment, Will Still, he'd probably prefer to play a 4-back, but he said we just don't have the wingers to do it. So yeah, you got to look at getting the right players in. I think Robinson off the left is a really good option to have. But yeah, off the right at the moment, when Adam Armstrong's in the middle, sorry, yeah, it's not the best option when he can't kind of bring down the long balls from Bazunu. On the right, I don't know. We need someone like Tom Fellows who's going to be able to get that output out of the team, because it just looked really flat yesterday at times, especially when you're looking to kind of break down a team with 10 men. You need someone that's going to do something special, and yeah, we don't have that player right now.
Yeah, definitely. So looking to next week, Watford away, Joe. What's your expectations? It's again a tricky place to go.
It is. I mean, the last time we were in the Championship, I remember I was up there actually, and we conceded a 88th minute equaliser or something ridiculous like that. They're a very good team. I like a lot about Watford. I think they're well settled. They kind of know what their jobs are. I mean, they haven't exactly had the best start to life this season, but they always seem to have a bit of a slow start and then get going. I still think we'll have enough quality to get through them and beat them. But then I said the same thing about Stoke last week, and look what happened. So that came back and bit me on the backside, didn't it? But yeah, I like what I see from them a lot.
Yeah, Nick, what are you thinking? Is it going to be 3 points? Is it going to be a happy away day?
Well, I was the same as Joe. I was predicting 3 points on Saturday, and we didn't see what happened. I hope so. I mean, I really think if they played that game again, Saints could have taken away 3 points from Stoke. I mean, the chances they missed. There's 2 absolute howlers, and it could have easily been 3-2 to Saints. I'm still hopeful. I still think even playing this 3 at the back system, they can create enough. Let's go 2-1 to Saints and pray for a good result.
Lovely. Alex, predictions? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it'll be another kind of game there's a potential to do well, but also there's a bit of a banana skin again. They've got some good wingers. I'll go 2-1 Saints, but it could go the other way, so who knows?
Right, finally we're on to the last segment, and it is tweet of the week. So we've got another outrageous tweet. All players should be sacked. Right. I mean, can we get into this? Fans, what are we like? What are we like as fans? We wear our heart on our sleeves, don't we, Joe? It's a madness.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's like, guys, we're 3 games into a 46 game season. Like, it's not quite time for sacking all the players just yet. Like, we need to just calm down a little bit. Like, as I said, we're 3 games into a season. I think we're all going to be fine. Like, we just need to bring it down a couple of notches and kind of chill out a bit. But yeah, ridiculous statement. Like, yes, we weren't good enough yesterday, but I don't think it was quite to the caliber of all our players should be released and sacked. To be honest with you.
Yeah, fans' comments they do make me laugh. Nick, what do you think? It's important, I think, where the fans do stick together, don't they? And they get behind the club. And I think in times of adversity, I think that's the time to really show your support and get behind the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also shows there's still some scar tissue left over from last season. A lot of quick trigger fingers on these negative comments. It's understandable. It's been a rough about year and a half for Saints fans, but like Joe said, 3 games in. Let's get to 4 or 5 games in before we start sacking everybody, at the very least.
What about you, Alex? Are you thinking let's get rid of them all and bring new lot in, or no? It's silly, isn't it?
Not just yet. I think if there's any time for a reality check, it's now, not on the 14th of September. So, yeah, let's just get that over with and try and rebuild for the Portsmouth game and win that. And if we don't, then we'll be panicking a bit.
Oh, you got to beat him.
Yeah.
Got to. Right. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Joe. Please like and subscribe and watch and listen on all relevant platforms. And thank you for watching.